Oh, I have so many games on here now. I was like, where is Hellblade?
Blade of Hell, come to us.
Okay.
Noise.
Professional. Let's
Cold open.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I couldn't read that whole thing.
But warning about psychosis.
Yeah, and also saying that they had consulted people with lived experience of psychosis.
We should check the options.
Yes. Photo mode. I don't know what that is. Combat difficulty. Okay.
What's auto?
I don't know, and I don't like the sound of it.
We can put it on easy if you want.
I'm probably gonna put it on easy. Nobody
Yeah.
judge me. Yeah.
Subtitles.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad we called that. Controls. I mean, we'll just see how it goes, and if I want to change it later, then.
Hellblade feature. Is that like a movie?
Oh,
watch
after.
Spoilers!
No! Don't do Just smash the circle. Okay.
That could be useful before, like, if anyone needs a recap, before the new game comes out. Though.
Yeah, for sure. They're doing a sequel, aren't they? Are they doing a sequel?
I think that, there's a second one coming. I think that's why this game sort of came back onto my radar anyway.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't really heard about it. And then, I think there's been a couple of trailers for the sequel, but I don't really know anything about it, which is good because I don't want it to spoil me for this game.
Yeah, okay, that's really exciting. I'm gonna go and watch the trailers after this.
Nice.
I've been super excited to play this game.
Yeah, and what with all our technical difficulties, meaning we've had to delay.
Yeah.
The tension is real.
So, let's do this.
I was about to say itadakimasu, but we're not eating here. Ikimasho! There we go.
We're eating trauma.
Psychosis meals. Yum, yum, yum.
I'm ready for a healthy serving of pain.
And blood.
This symbol is just reminding me of, like, in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, it is very similar to, like, the Air Nation.
Yeah. I can't get that out of my
It's
head.
a Celtic symbol, I believe. I think Aiden has a tattoo of that. So
Oh, really?
actually, yeah.
That's cool.
Because he has two siblings. And they all have the same tattoo.
That's cool. That's neat.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome.
Oh, they were not kidding about the stereo sound.
You're safe with me. I'll be right
I
here.
feel her moving between my
Listen
ears.
close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
She really be whispering.
It's breathing. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness.
They're watching.
There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there.
Why isn't she looking?
Why aren't you looking? He's in Hellheim.
Look. Up ahead.
Hellheim.
You see it too?
You promised you gave me.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
Go back, go back, go back, go
It's
back.
not safe.
It's them. They're here.
It's interesting that the subtitles aren't constantly showing like all of the voices. Like I don't know if that's an intentional choice or
Yeah.
The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they
The
lie,
subtitles give an
rotting in
idea
the
of
fields
what
and rivers of
the
hell.
additional voices are saying, but they're
Dead
not
don't always lie still here.
super accurate.
no.
This is not a place of rest.
And I don't know if that's because what the voices are saying isn't necessarily super important.
That to you. Can you see them?
Well,
They're going to
I
do
think
to
that
you.
I would critique it from an accessibility.
Oh,
point of
definitely,
view.
yeah, because it's not giving like the. Surely having all of the text on screen would give the busyness of having that voice in your head.
Yeah, you
People
could
who
like
can't hear it.
Yeah, you could like visually portray that for sure and stuff. I mean, the accessibility settings aren't great. That would be my initial criticism.
Yeah, there was just subtitles on or off, and they're quite small, and they keep moving about on the screen.
Yeah, I kind of keep struggling to read them.
Yeah.
What is she thinking?
How old is this game now? It's a good few years, I
She's
think.
afraid.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
But
you?
still, hopefully they take that into account in the sequel.
You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. It's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
the like third person narration thing is quite interesting as well.
Yeah.
Like, who is that narrator?
Yeah, from initial vibes, from
You
some
might
of the
think
stuff
she's
that
brave to go on this
they were
journey on
saying.
her own. But it isn't bravery that
I
drives
think
her.
it's a voice that Senua has had for
Bravery
a
only
while,
means something to those
because they were
afraid
saying
of
like,
death.
oh, there's new ones and those have changed,
And it was fear
but
runs far,
who knows?
far deeper.
Yeah. I wonder if she has visual as well as auditory hallucinations.
Yeah. All the corpses.
Yeah, I think she's going to Hellheim, which is like the Nordic hell.
What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Me? Me? Ooh.
That's interesting that the player is being directly addressed.
Yeah, and there was, like, she was very much, like, breaking the fourth wall and stuff. So it made it feel like when it was interesting because it seemed to be a dynamic of, like, there are all of these voices, but there is also a voice that she thinks of more as her own.
Yeah.
And she was responding with that, and when she did that, she was looking at the player.
Yeah. And the voice was saying, like, oh, she heard us. It's like, oh, you mean us?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for doing commentary about subtitles.
That's interesting already, though, isn't it? Because the position that puts the player in is as, like, a voice inside her head telling her what to do. Which,
yeah.
I mean, is actually very, like, meta, theatrical in that it's like, what do you do in a video game? You tell a character what to do.
I wonder if anything will be done with that mechanic in that we try and tell her something and she resists us.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
That could be really interesting. Okay. Cool. So, we're in hell. There are corpses everywhere. I mean, hell seems to have some pretty nice wildlife going on.
It's more alive than I was expecting. You know, there's corpses, but there's plants. So,
yeah.
Pros and cons.
Hello.
You have to take a closer look to see. Why isn't she focusing? She needs to focus now.
She needs to use her eyes.
Thank you.
Thanks. What's the focus button?
Yeah, is it gonna tell me, or... Okay, I mean, I don't enjoy the...
There's no button prompts.
Yeah.
Do not forget my stories, Senua, because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Hellheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Cool. So I figured out that it was R2.
Okay.
But on the theme of poor accessibility, like the lack of button prompt / tutorial, I'm not enjoying.
Yeah, no, like, sure it has a button menu in the options, but no one looks at a button menu, memorizes it, and then plays the game.
Yeah.
Although it is interesting that, so she's going from the Orkney Islands, which are at the top of Scotland, over to, I presume, one of the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah. Or like... Yeah, because I guess that it's unclear whether we're... Wait, she's going to a Scandinavian country and finding the route to Hellheim from there.
I think so. Okay. I believe she's currently in extremely North Scotland.
Yeah, that checks out. I wonder who that person was.
They mentioned Hela. Hela is in Thor. In Thor Ragnarok, she is the bringer of the apocalypse. So I believe she's also like sort of Hades in Norse mythology sort of figure, like Queen of Hell.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who is coming?
Who?
There's fire over there.
Well, I don't know how to run. He never told me how to run.
Also, we're in water?
Yeah.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt.
But she's not stopping.
Okay. I feel like the voices in my head are kind of helpful, but also kind of judgy.
Yeah. They're like trying to teach us the game mechanics by being like, why isn't she doing this?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, excuse me.
Not this time.
I do think it's interesting already thinking from a disability politics perspective, though, that a lot of consultation went into the content of the game and the representation of psychosis, but like the accessibility of the game to people with different impairments is not something that's actually been considered.
Yeah.
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Hellheim.
He's lost. He's lost. Where are you?
Is that his head?
I think it might be someone's head.
I hear you.
He's there, you know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Hellheim,
They're calling
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Cool.
We out to find her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Her dead
Her
boyfriend.
dead boyfriend, and she's carrying her dead boyfriend's head
Why is she doing
in
this?
on her
Why doesn't
ass.
she turn back? Doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead.
There's a lot of like swamp.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually I think this is sand. Wet sand.
Yeah, it looks like it's sand. It's like
She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to be at peace. He needs to learn to rest.
I was gonna say something and I just
She
totally
can
forgot.
save him. There's nothing
What's
she
that
can
for
do.
me?
She thinks she's going to save him.
Oh yeah. So I don't know much about this topic, but it would be interesting to learn more about how like the Celts viewed like mental impairments, because
Yeah.
you know how in a lot of like ancient or indigenous societies, like sometimes
The old fool said there was
like mentally ill people were banished or like considered like it was very much they were considered like childlike or animalistic or
Yeah, or sometimes containing demons. Depending on society what
Yeah.
society you're in.
yeah. I mean, she seems very much obviously like we're with her on a journey on her own.
Yeah.
We're not experiencing like her in a community,
Yeah.
and I think that that's interesting in itself. Also, this game doesn't let me run, by the way, so that's why. Or I can't figure out how to run because it won't tell me how to run, so that's why this is taking ages. But I don't really mind because I guess I'm taking everything in.
It's very beautiful.
It is very, very beautiful, yeah. Okay, I'm guessing that I have to find a way up to that bridge.
Yeah, there's no like waypoints or anything. Though there is another one of those stones also.
There?
Yeah, I believe those give you extra like lore and information.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard.
I know about this
The
because
gods
of
of earth,
Thor.
harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The
Jotunheim,
mountain giants dwell in
the frost
Jotunheim.
giants.
The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Hellheim, and that is where you must travel.
Okay, so we're not actually in hell yet, we're on our way to hell.
Yeah.
So I redact my earlier comments
About hell having nice greenery.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, ladder.
I would be interested to learn more about, like, whether she was part of the community before, because, I mean, like, who is that voice that tells us the lore, and also, obviously, she had a boyfriend. So...
Yeah. I think... So you know how I was saying that Josh said that you can get through the plot of this game in about 4 hours, but a standard run is about, what, 9? It's because you can skip over some of those stones, because a lot of them are just lore, rather than, like, the first one that was like, you are going to this place, telling you the actual, like, objective of the game. But a lot of the extra information is apparently really interesting, and, like, the world is quite well built. Just drop down. Just do it.
Well, why don't you tell me what button to press to do it?
Yeah.
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it.
Excuse me?
No, this is it.
Okay, if this is what psychosis is actually like, I would be entirely stressed all of the time if voices were telling me to do something, and then when I did it, they were like, you shouldn't have done that.
It's interesting because I feel like I was thinking, like, wait a second, voices in my, like, influences in my head that sometimes are helpful but are judgmental and mean and tell me to do one thing and then tell me I shouldn't have done it the next minute. I feel like my brain does do that, but if I... Like, my brain does that, but I don't have auditory hallucinations. So if I feel like I can... If you had... Like, if having auditory hallucinations is basically, like, having voices to the things that you think, like conscious voices.
Yeah, that aren't just like your brain voice.
Yeah, and all of the like horrible things that I think about myself are being like voiced by like it felt like they were being voiced by other people in my head. That
would be terrifying.
That would suck.
If my, like, I mean, obviously I have depression, so I have those instances of like my brain telling me horrible stuff about myself, but I also have the ADHD impulsive thoughts of, oh, this thing's dangerous, you should do it.
Yeah, I have that.
I was just
BPD.
Yeah.
I find I live longer that way.
So if those were voiced as actual voices, I would have dropped my phone off of several bridges by now. Who the fuck are you?
Druth? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar. An old fool. Druth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye,
Puzzle?
and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Use your eyes.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Take a closer look.
I need to find another... There were runes like floating on the gate.
Oh, I see what you mean. So I have to identify the one that's like
The same. Or line it up in the camera?
well, I mean, this answers my question about
Well, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What happens if you hold the focus button again?
Oh, I'm holding it now.
Oh, okay. Where's that good M?
Yeah, is it? Elsewhere?
There was one on the stone outside.
I do wish I could
Oh.
run though. Oh,
Oh,
what?
they're everywhere.
It's near. Look towards the gate.
Oh, it's a
the
shadow.
of the gate. Look towards the gate as in the one behind you? Oh,
Yes.
it's blue now.
Ooh. What is happening?
Yeah, this, like, in terms of prompts of, like, how to
The gate is
play
open.
the
Go
goddamn
through
game,
Go through
I'm
it.
not very impressed.
Follow it.
Yeah.
If I was controlling this, I would be having an extremely horrible time.
Hello, you said the gate's open. Okay, I guess press X. Yeah, I'm really not enjoying that from a gameplay / accessibility perspective.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to know when we upload next.
On screen, you can find this whole playlist for this Let's Play, and you can find a link to our latest video essay. If you like what you see, consider supporting us on Patreon. The link to our Patreon is in the description of every video.
Thanks again so much for watching, and until next time, take care.